Hi, and welcome to session 4 of this online training course. In the first 3 sessions, we have covered how to create your survey, how to add accessibility options, and how to translate your survey into additional languages. In this session, I'll show you how you can test your survey and also share it. This training session will take about 10 minutes to complete. Let's begin. At the end of session 3, your survey will look like this. Click into it and select Edit. This time we are going to go to Share in the top menu. This is where you can control all aspects of how your survey is shared. The status page allows you to control when your survey is active. Your survey must be active in order to collect live survey data. By default, your survey will be active immediately, but you can also choose to activate your survey manually or schedule it to be active between particular dates and time. For now, let's stick with the default setting and have the survey available immediately. The Publish page is where you can create a new version of your survey. Let me explain how this works. Any changes that you make to your survey are saved in real time. However, we want to avoid the situation where a survey changes as a respondent is filling it in. So we therefore use versions to carefully manage any changes. Your production survey links will pick up the latest version of your survey that's been published. This means that you will need to publish your survey before you share it for the first time, and also publish a new version if you make any subsequent changes. Go ahead and publish your first version of your survey. You'll need to give it a message and a version, and then click Create Build. The platform will indicate if your survey has been created successfully. Distribute is where you can generate your survey links. These links are unique to your survey and will never change, even if you publish a new version of your survey. You have the choice to view test links or production links. Test links, as the name suggests, should be used to do further testing of your survey, and production links should be used to collect live survey data. The main difference is that an account is not created and data is not collected when using a test link, and also the test ribbon, which you're already familiar with, is available with test links to make testing the form easier. At the top of the page, you'll see the main link for testing the survey. By default, languages are selected by a respondent from a language option menu when they first click on a survey link, and accessibility options are selected from the accessibility menu from within the survey itself. However, if we go down and look at the link builder, it is possible to build links with particular languages or indeed accessibility options pre-activated. If we activate these from the link builder, you'll see that the survey link itself changes. Generating production links works in the same way. For now, we're going to go to Account Type. This page allows you to control the type of an account a respondent must have in order to start your survey. By default, a respondent doesn't need to create an account in order to complete a survey. An anonymous account will be automatically created on their behalf, so their responses can be saved in a dataset. You do have the option to require respondents to open a personal account on accessible surveys before starting a survey. This has some advantages. For instance, if you have a defined audience that you would like to survey regularly. A verified account is similar to a personal account, with the additional step that their email will be verified as part of the process of creating an account. There are separate guidance notes which cover this. For now, let's stick with the default anonymous account. The redirection page allows you to choose what happens when a respondent submits their survey. By default, respondents will be presented with the thank you message that you created in session 1, and then after about 20 seconds, they'll be redirected to the Accessible Surveys homepage. At this point, they'll be signed out of their survey. A new survey can now be submitted using the same device. Another option is a page dedicated to this survey. And this works in a similar way to the first option, except that you can specify a website or a web page dedicated to this survey where the survey respondents will be redirected to. This will need to be formatted as shown in the guidance notes. The last option is no redirection. If this option is chosen, respondents will not be redirected from the thank you page and they will not be signed out of their survey. You may choose this option if you want to make it harder for respondents to complete the same survey multiple times on the same device. Let's stick with the default setting for now. The Access page allows you to give other people access to your survey. You will only be able to add people who are already members of your team, and there's a separate guidance note which covers how to add people to your team. We're now going to do some further testing of your training survey. Before we do this, let's go back up to Publish and create a new version of the survey to pick up the changes that we've just made. Click Create New Version and give it a message. In this instance, I'm going to call it version 2 and create the build. Now we're going to go into Distribute and we're going to generate a test link. We're going to copy the main test link, which doesn't have any languages or accessibility options pre-activated, and we're going to open a new tab. When testing a survey link, either a test link or a production link, it's always worth opening a new incognito window. This replicates the experience of someone clicking on a survey link for the first time. So because this survey is a multilingual survey, what will first be presented is a language option menu, and from here we can select our preferred language. Let's stick with English for now. At first you'll see the landing page and the accessibility menu that you added as part of the landing page, and then when you start the survey you'll see the first page of your survey, and you'll also have the accessibility ribbon on the right hand side, which will allow you to test your survey. When you submit your survey using a test link, you will click Send. You'll see the thank you message that you created, but then you won't be redirected out of the survey, and you have the option to test the survey again when you'll be taken back to the home page. Before finalising your survey, I strongly recommend doing some final testing of your survey using a production link. This will allow you to see exactly how your respondents will experience your survey, and you'll also be able to understand how your survey data will appear in your dataset. You'll be able to filter out these test responses based on the time that they were submitted later on. To do this, let's go back into the survey builder and let's go to Distribute. This time we're going to copy a production link, and we're going to go back and we're going to open a new incognito window. We're going to make sure that we open a new incognito window without any other windows open, because this is important to replicate the experience of clicking on a survey link for the first time. Again, you will be presented with a language options menu and with a landing page, so we can complete the survey. This will be exactly how a respondent will see and experience your survey. So you'll notice you don't have the test ribbon down here. The accessibility options are available from the accessibility menu in the top right hand corner. And this time when you submit your survey, on the last page you click Send. You'll be presented with the thank you message, but then after about 20 seconds you'll be redirected to the Accessible Surveys homepage. If you now go back into your survey and select View Analytics, you'll be able to see the survey that you have just submitted. The final session of this training course covers analysing and exporting your survey data. Congratulations, you have finished the 4th training session. By now, I hope you feel confident testing and sharing your survey from the Share page.